Hey, Patty, do you know what time it is?
I do.
It's time for a Midweek Update. Well, that was different. We like to try to mix it up. Maybe we should just stick with what works. But it's a midweek update.
Get the shoulder going.
Ooh, shoulder.
Like E.B. Gourmet wasn't
we are a family channel. Keep that shoulder in place, young lady. Welcome back, everyone. I don't know. This has already gone off the rails in the first 30 seconds.
It's a week of exhaustion.
That's right. Tell them why. Why, Patty?
Can I keep up with the roller coaster? And my job right now is a roller coaster because I've had parent-teacher conferences. Tonight was a dance, and I went to cover the dance for a little bit. And nope, I just walked out because they had enough helpers. The kids don't dance. They don't dance. They were just in there. You couldn't even hear the music. They were so loud, and they were screaming. 5th and 6th graders. No. So I just turned around. I'm like, I'm out of there. But it's just like I can't keep up. There's so much to do. I had to get my weekly stuff done. Get ready for my sub on Monday because we're having a little extended weekend trip. And done.
You probably need a glass of red wine.
I had a little bit. It's little because I'm afraid I'm going to get a migraine.
Yeah.
Second, it's good. This is good.
So we'll let you guys in on a little secret. When we have travel weekends, we have to record wind down early usually because you can't really drink while driving.
Yeah, that wouldn't
so.
be good.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night when we're recording, so we already had wind down. Oh man, is this a good one?
Not
so
bad.
You'll have to wait till Friday night to find the detail.
Red wine lover, but that one smells amazing. It's smooth.
It's very
smooth. It's not overly dry, which I don't like. Nope. Dry. And if I have to drink red, and it was decent for me.
Yeah, and you know what I actually think? I think if we did what Uncle Dennis always does, which is put the red wine in the refrigerator about 30 minutes before, where he just puts a little chill on it, I think it would be even better. But it's
I like
good.
Things cold too. Yeah.
All right, let's get off of wine because that's not what this episode is. So
we're thinking wine.
Yeah. Well, quick update, which we didn't do anything last weekend, really.
No, it was just. I guess just I had a lot of school stuff and just kind of organizing the house, cleaning the house. It rained.
Yeah, the weather was crappy.
We couldn't really went camping if we wanted to because I wouldn't want to be in the mud. I'm tired of camping in the mud. And we watched Purdue. We watched OC.
It was a bad weekend for me, people.
But Patrick came through.
I did?
He found Heartland, season 14.
I did.
Yay! So I've been waiting because I knew we saw the first episode.
Right.
And I knew, I'm not going to give it away,
yeah.
But I knew one of the main characters, what had happened.
But it's gotten good. I'm back into it. I missed Heartland.
I'm into it. I love the show.
Yeah.
And we're about done with this season.
Yep.
And they're working on putting out season 15. I know that much. I read it, so.
Anyway. So this weekend, we are actually heading out for an extended weekend, and we are headed to New York's Finger Lakes region.
Yeah, the Finger Lakes.
We have actually been there before, but I believe this is our first time in the RV, I think.
One time was with a tent with your parents.
Yep. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. The KOA in Watkins Glen, where we thought the train was actually coming through the tent.
was going to come through the tent.
Forgot about that. Yeah. We're not staying at the KOA in Watkins Glen. We're at a state park.
Didn't we stop another time? Did we just kind of drive through?
Yeah, I think we drove through or something on the way, but I don't remember.
I don't know. So. But I do remember the tent because the train was like lights, and I'm thinking
it literally lit up our tent. We were so close to the railroad track.
And it was so loud. And Delaney at the time she didn't really mess with it, but she didn't care for it.
No, if you remember, she ran up and tried to crawl under the blanket with us, like she was scared. I was scared.
Well, what's going on? And you're right in the middle of the night and you can't see. And I'm like, this.
Luckily, I think we only stayed one night, maybe.
Yeah,
I think it was like a pass-through type on our way to Vermont.
Yeah, that was not a pleasant experience in that tent.
I actually posted, for those of you that follow us on Instagram, I actually posted a reel this week from way back, at least 10 years ago, where we were spending the night in our Marmot 3 tent, which was a 3-person tent.
But
and
it
really fits 2 people. And then
we had a puppy.
And we had Delaney.
Yeah.
And so, but we were at what they called a hike-in site at Shenandoah's Big Meadows campground,
Right.
and there was a storm in the air, and I remember the lightning.
Oh, and it poured.
Yeah.
And we were like on a hill.
Some people actually left their tents and went to their cars. We did.
We heard them running up because up top is where you parked and you hiked down to your site, and they're running. And I looked over at him and going, I'm going to be soaked. And he's like, no, you're not. But I could just feel the water coming down the hill, going around our tent. And it was just pouring. And I'm just like, I'm going to be wet. And we just stayed put.
No, that Marmot was a good tent.
I did not get wet.
Yeah.
Not even not the bottom, not nothing. Nothing was wet on me on the inside. So I was happy about that. But we were probably kind of cuckoos because there was lightning and we're in a tent.
Yeah.
And there were trees that could go boom on top.
This episode's a hot mess.
It
You
is
realize
a hot
that we are
mess.
like all over the place. So you can tell how boring our lives are. We have absolutely nothing to
Well,
talk
and I
about.
got to thinking they had a big last weekend.
They did. They did have it. We should talk about it. That was like, we didn't have a big weekend, but these two, if they could talk, they would be complaining right now.
They got groomed on Friday.
And they look so much better.
Much better. They smell so good.
Yeah, they did a good
Some
job
people
over
say
it.
they look kind of short on their fur, but this is what we did in May, and I think this makes them feel, especially this guy.
He's super soft.
More comfortable.
Yeah, he's
She's
happier.
just like a teddy bear anyway.
Yeah.
And then Saturday they had their vet visit, and she weighs 14.2 or something.
Something like that.
She gained like a pound.
And he was
24.6. So I didn't realize last year he was around 26. I just forgot.
So the good news is he's lost 2 pounds.
Yeah, she'd like to see him. Our vet is a female. Lose
Dr. King.
About another pound or so.
Lose about another pound.
So we've been trying. It's just so funny because normally his little food bowl is about this big upstairs. Well, we found one that he used when he was a puppy because we thought, well, he normally gets
1 cup.
1 cup
in the morning,
and he'll eat 1 cup about 5:30 in the morning, about 5:30 in the evening. He's a 2, sometimes twice, sometimes not every day. So we're like, let's go 3/4 of a cup. When we set that down, it looks like a little fruit cup. The look on his face kind of was like, eh?
Like, what is going on?
What is that? Like, really? So we're just
It's your
trying
Weight Watchers meal, buddy.
And he's been so active, but she's like, I'm sure he'll lose it. But and he's not fat.
No,
She's just
he's not
concerned
obese or-
about because dogs, you don't want weight on their spine and anyway. So yeah, so they had a big weekend. Yeah.
All right. We should share the information. We finally have the official details on the Florida meetup. And I realize for a lot of you, this means nothing. But if you are in the Central Florida area, or you're going to be in the Central Florida area, the meetup that we're doing with Grateful Glamper, Ben and Charity, is going to be December 28th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time at the Winter Garden Pizza Company in downtown Winter Garden.
Good, and that town is adorable.
Yeah. So you can just, just come on out.
Yep.
We'll probably have like a late lunch, and we can just all kind of sit around and have pizza. They have really good pizza there, and you can have a beer if you want. You can have soda, wine, whatever, and we can all hang out and talk and just have a good time in the afternoon there. And the nice thing is, if you come early or you want to stay a little later, like Patty said, that town is super cute.
It is super cute.
Has some cool little shops and
I have to
things
go
like
back
that.
to that one lady's clothing shop.
I know you do.
Yeah,
Doxology. And so if you're going to be in the area, we'd love to meet you and hang out for a couple hours. And like I said, you also get the bonus of Ben and Charity.
Yep. Yeah, cool. I'm glad we got a
always
date,
fun.
so we're all set.
Yeah, and who knows? There might be another YouTuber or two show up. I have no information, although I know Larry or Lawrence from Brazen Brits.
That's what I wanted for Brazen Brits.
Yeah, mentioned they might stop over. So,
Cool.
who knows? And who knows? There might be some other channels that are in the area. You can come on out. Let's have a good time, hang out. And and then we are like this close to announcing Camp Out at Booth Bay.
Yep.
Riley, Patty doesn't even know this.
I don't know this yet.
Yeah, I got an email this morning from Riley. We have a date. I don't know the dates off the top of my head, and I'm just kind of finalizing. There was basically one weekend in June that is not booked, where we can get the entire campground. And when I say the entire campground, that's like 13 or 15 sites. So these are going to go quick, I think.
I would think so.
But as soon as I get the information, by next week, I should be able to give you those dates. But understand, even if you can't get in at Booth Bay, if it ends up filling up, we are going to either start in Ellsworth or go to Ellsworth up to Forest Ridge. And I'm just waiting on Jeff to get back with me on his dates. I'm hoping they align with Riley's, because Riley's we had no choice. It was one weekend because he wanted us to have the whole campground for Travels with Delaney.
That's cool.
And I'm telling you what, if you can make it to Maine,
it's gonna be fun.
Oh my! Well, it's gonna be fun. But Booth Bay is
I love it there.
Like, I don't even think we really captured Booth Bay in our video, partially because we were only there for 2 nights and we didn't get to really enjoy.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah. It's absolutely going to be awesome. And like I said, if you can't make it to Booth Bay, maybe you can make it the weekend that we're going to be at Forest Ridge, which I'm telling you what, Forest Ridge is just
beautiful,
an. I hate, we don't like
big, busy.
Is hate is too strong of a word. I dislike commercial campgrounds, and this one I absolutely love. The owners, Jeff, and I apologize, I can't think of his wife's name off the top of my head. They're just the nicest people. 60 sites, although I think by next year they might have 70 sites.
They were working on that when we left.
And full hookups. Yep. You're kind of tucked into the woods, although the sites aren't in trees, but a whole woods around you, so you're away from everything, but you're close to town, close to like 30 minutes from Bar Harbor, 40 minutes from Belfast, which is this quaint little coastal town. And
the one thing I really loved, I know it's going to be weird, okay? It's a weird thing. I'm a little weird. But I liked how you could go up to the little office and you could sign up for a time to use the washer and dryer.
I wonder if they'll still be doing that next year. If that was a COVID thing, or if that's the way they always do it. I hope they
keep it.
I hope so too. That worked out.
Because we could schedule a time, and we shared it with the Milenarskis, which was great. We had enough time to get all of our laundry done and caught up. And we did that, when we got there, and then we did it before we left, and we set up a time. Because sometimes at these places, there's just so many people. Like I said on my lip that you can't get in.
And I will say, I hope we don't get kicked out, because I'm serious.
Quiet.
They say right up front, no partying. We don't tolerate anything, and we've been.
You better not.
I know we some of our campouts have gotten a little unruly.
Rowdy.
No, I think we'll be fine. I think it's going to be great.
He's referring to
Virginia, when the officer shut down our wine down.
Yeah, we're just drinking wine and.
They've all heard that story,
it's old news.
Anyway, I will tell you, it's mid-June in Maine, and so we're gonna have that. Like I said, we're also working. Patty had actually stopped over
the fall one. We were working on that.
Yeah, we stopped over to the campground, and unfortunately, we couldn't find the owners. They were out and about putting a ton of work into this campground. So we're shooting for probably the first weekend in October, if that works for them, for an Angola, Indiana camp out.
Right.
So I think a lot of our Midwestern friends will be excited, and I think that one could be a big one.
And we probably should look at the Steuben County Tourism Bureau website and see, because there's Fall Fest and different things like Civil War Days and different things that we might be able to hook into if we could choose the right weekend. And it might be fun. Yeah,
and we'll take you, for those of you that enjoy wine, we'll probably take one day of the thing. We'll take you over to
our favorite one.
We'll take you over to Heartland Winery. And they have a real nice tasting room there. We also like Sadek Winery locally. Unfortunately, their tasting room's not real big. So if we take a big group in,
you've got to take turns probably.
But so we'll probably go over to Heartland. There's a lot in this area, and some of you might want to venture over. You might even want to extend your stay beyond our weekend of camping, because
about an hour away is Elkhart.
You could do factory tours, Hall of Fame, or the museum, which is well worth your time.
An hour south of here is Auburn, Indiana, where they have the Auburn Ford Duesenberg Museum.
Yep, those classic cars. So there's a lot. You could literally come in a few days early or stay a few days late, and really have a lot to do here. So and we're still working on, and we will get working on May as well. We're tentatively looking at Kentucky Horse Park.
So nice.
Yeah. Yes. We want to go see our friends Chris and Stacy.
Yes.
So we're going to them. We're taking the party to them.
That's right.
So. Yep. All right, this thing's gone really long, so I think that's it.
I think so. That's a lot.
Cheers, everyone. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's on the other one. Well, at any rate, we hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. Thank you to all of our new members on the Travels with Delaney Caravan. And
here's little B.
And there's Mr. T. And until next week, everybody, we'll see ya.
On down the road.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.